Welcome to Gaming Top Down. Today we're going to be looking at and unboxing Defenders of the Wild from Outlandish Games. This is a cooperative game where you play as these animals in the forest that don't especially like each other, but they like each other more than they like the robots that are invading their lands. So your goal is to kind of work together and kick them out. So let's go down to the table and see what is inside this box. Okay, zoomed in here a little bit. You can see the front of the box there. Game was created by T.L. Simons with Henry Audubon as game designer and Meg Lemire as illustrator. Games for 1 to 4 players, ages 14 plus, 30 minutes per player on average to play. And here is the back side of the box. I was actually kind of surprised. The box is fairly small, at least in length and width. The depth, it's pretty deep. It's probably about as deep as like a Ticket to Ride size box, but much smaller in the other two dimensions. So anyways, that was a lot of chat about the box. Artwork's really cool. Well, let's get this open and see what's inside. First up is the rulebook. War has come to the wild. Oh no. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can see the different pages as I flip through them. There's 4 different factions in the Commonwood. Gameplay overview, components. I like the way those animal meeples look. We'll get to them in a minute. Here's how you build the game board. Setup. Different phases of a round. Lizard with a net. He's pretty cool. I really like the artwork. The Defenders deck, the game board, communication restrictions, damage and death, action menu. This rulebook's actually longer than I thought it might be. Quite a few actions: building camps, regrouping, clearing pollution, destroying a mech, healing, breaching a wall. Different items, machine cards, factory machine cards, and reboot machine card, mechs machine cards, difficult machine cards, and the 1-player mode, and then some special abilities on the back. All right, that is the rulebook. A bit longer than I thought it was going to be. The paper is actually very thin as well, but I don't know. It feels nice enough. All right, let's what to look at first. We got a box of cards. We've got a couple bags of wooden stuff. Lots of empty bags. Let's set those aside. And let's look at the wooden pieces first. First up is this combat die. It has a blank side with 2 hits, I believe. I don't remember what that side means. I think it might be that the sniper in the factory hits you or something like that. So black, kind of custom printed die. Then there are a bunch of these silver kind of pathway wooden pieces. Pretty straightforward, but I think they're used to show where the kind of the 2 big robot drill kind of wandering. What are those called? It probably says here in the rulebook. They are called the, I'm curious. I just played Ironwood that has the drill. These are engines. And these walls are built out from those engines in order to make new factories, I think. So those are pretty straightforward. Then we've got a big bag full of little bags. Okay. We've got some, what I imagine are damage tokens. Some silica gel. Some mechs. kind of remind me of the creatures from the sci-fi movie Arrival, if you've seen that. But obviously these are meant to be robots and not aliens. Then we have some meeples for the different, I think you build like little camps, and each of the factions has a different shaped camp, it would appear. Pretty thick. Let's see if I can stand them all up. My hand does not want to hold all of these right now for some reason. They're just so tall, they're sliding on my fingers. Here we go. That might be as close as we get there. Yeah, it looks like there are 3, 4, 5, 6 of each of those. Then the bigger screen printed ones. So each player has one of these pawns in the 4 different colors. And each faction has 2 different leaders. And I think you'll choose each game which of the 2 you want to play with. So you've got this bear looking dude and this big falcon bird of some sort. Then here we've got a fox and maybe a fox and an owl for the yellow faction. They like birds in this game. We got another bird and a turtle. And then for orange, we've got a squirrel and a pig. Boar. Pig? I'm not sure. Then there is one of these. Leaf token. I don't know if that's a first player marker or something else. And then the 2 big engine pieces here. And they are pretty tall. All right. Zooming back out for just a second, you can see I've made a bit of a mess here. But left in the box are a bunch of cardboard punch outs, and I think that will be the end, yeah, there of the box. Got one that fell out here. Okay. So a bunch of these that have a directional marker in the center, so that during setup, I think you have to point them all the same direction. So those will have set up and create the variability from game to game. These are factory tokens, and I'm not sure what these little ones are. Maybe they're the corruption pieces or something. So those are cool. The pieces feel really good, actually. I would guess that's 3 millimeters thick. Okay, there's a bunch more of those. This creates the outside of the board. Each player has one of these that they'll keep their damage on, and I think kind of their action or turn track up here. So water, look, biomes on the map, blue players token, purple players token, player board there, some mountain ranges, yellow players board. Then I think we're getting here towards the robot boards, and one of them fell out already, but it is here. These feel really nice. They have a textured kind of linenish finish on the front. And let's see if I can stick that back in there for a minute. And I think that will work nicely. So anyways, that is all of the punch outs. Quite a few of them. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think. Oh no, here's another one. Over here, 12. 12 punch outs. And then last up, we have a couple sets of cards. So there are some player aids here. These bigger, taller cards. There are 4 of them for the 4 different factions. It looks like their actions here are mostly the same on the front side. And looks like same on the back side as well. So this must just help with differentiating which player is playing which faction. And then we have a deck of cards, a very cool deck box to hold them in. I'll probably sleeve my cards like usual, but it is a cool touch. There, I like the box a lot. Okay, wow, and it is stuffed, totally full with cards here. Okay, that's empty. And we've got a bunch of cards. And some of them are a little stuck together a little bit, but again, they'll come apart. And once I sleeve them, that won't be a big deal. So, okay, what have we got here on the backs? We have these blue cards, it looks like, are not blue. These cards with the different colors and the different animals on them are the different leaders that you can play as. So if you're playing as the orange faction, you can play as Burin, the Pyro Philosopher, or as Scarwyn, the Almanac Editor. They have slightly different abilities. If you're playing as yellow, you pull this card off. You've got Nestor, the Commune Chef, and Thexulia, the Guard Veteran. Purple faction has Urzai, the Miner, and Gusper, the Hacker. And the blue faction has Zirin, the Bandit, and Alitza, the Water Witch. Okay, so those are those character cards that can come over here by those meeples. Then we've got kind of the Robot Invader deck, and it looks like each faction might have some starting cards, or maybe they each have their own separate deck completely. But let's at least flip through some of those. So a lot of them are characters that have a different value down here and different symbols up here, and an ability listed here in this section. This one says reveal. The first player marker passes to the left. I like this guy. It's a kind of animal. Would that be a badger? Beaver? Hank the cook. Baker. Innkeeper. Oh, these cards are stuck together, so sorry, I'm doing a little kind of finagling to get them apart. Akula. Snicksnack, the pie maker. Aragron, the Argonomist. Thurn, the brewer. Grizz, the harvester. Sen, the gardener. Windle, engineer. Sergey, logistician. Tactician here. I like that guy. He's cool. I'm gonna pull them off like this. Okay, Thorpwith is a ranger. Vatchi is a surgeon. Azine is a shield guard. Perex is a combat medic. Snuffin is an archer. He's snuffing people out. Ristel is a fire monk. Popple is a historian. Fian is a librarian. Howland Tezza is a cartographer. Kelpius is a hermit. Wispy is a map maker. Bernadorn is a weather watcher. Ubi is a flame keeper. Berdalia is a flame dancer. Mora is an oracle. Wrinkle is a fire ecologist. Lumitz is a fire boxer. Madruid is a professor. Gordle, book trader. Flick is a beekeeper. Mirrit is a militant architect. Nemen, antiquarian. Roz, landscape artist. Shimmer, traveling bard. Enya, herbalist. There's a lot of these cards, actually. I don't know if I should have read them all, but we're doing it. Adelki, potion stockpiler. Breck, medicine cultivator. Sauna, Brigand. Hayes, Forest Healer. Lash, Swamp Pirate. He's a cool bat. Rafe, Lookout. Heave, River Guide. Prone is a Raider. And he is stuck to Zazkin, the Tracker. Kaskai, the Thief. Marsha, the Mycomancer. Myco, is that like a mushroom magician? I don't know what that means. Mycomancer. Skiver is a rogue. Zumpkin is a swamp gatherer. Mazel, mushroom forager. Brennan, mystic mender. Yaggle, hex brewer. Villy is a sculptor. And he is stuck to Grigoril, the technician. Rocky is a rocketeer. Maru is a musketeer. Riz, party pyrotechnician. Slover, inventor. Derwin, drone tech. Maried, salvager. Cora is a locksmith. Nezel is a mathematician. Exel is a machinist. Renova is a mechanic. Mauli is an underground DJ. Heck yeah. Cassius is a weapons tester. Wraith is an explosives expert turtle. Rakta is a saboteur. Zemina is a crystal miner. And, oh, he's cool. Craggle is a cannoneer. Very, very cool artwork on those funny little creatures. And the rest of the cards are this deck of, this is kind of the timing deck of when the bad guys, the mechs and the robots, will be building new factories. So there are mech cards. There are engine cards. And a couple of those. There are factories cards. And then if you're making the game more difficult, there's a reboot card. Then there are difficulty cards. Difficult mechs. Difficult engines. And difficult factories, if you want to be crazy. All right, well, that is everything inside the box when you first open Defenders of the Wild. I was a little bit zoomed in here, so hopefully that didn't make anything blurry or anything, but thanks so much for watching this unboxing. Let me know in the comments if you've played this one or if you like cooperative games. I am very picky with them, but this one seemed like it might be a hit with me and my group. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Till then, bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching this video. As most of you know, gaming top-down is an independent endeavor. I don't accept money from publishers for previews or opinion-related content, but there are a few ways that you can support the channel and help me keep the lights on. Liking this video and subscribing to the channel helps me to grow. If you're thinking of getting a game that I covered in this video, please click the affiliate link in the description of this video. It helps to support me and doesn't add any cost to your purchase. I also do a weekly gaming podcast where I talk about the board games that I'm playing along with my brother. You can check that out on Apple's podcasts and on Spotify. And you can also get that podcast 3 days early over on our Patreon. You can follow the Patreon at patreon.com/supergamebrothers completely for free. But if you do support us over there, you get some extra perks, like being able to write into the show, getting early access to the show, voting on the games that I'm going to cover and review, and lots of other fun stuff. Thanks so much for your support, for liking and commenting on my videos. You really are what helped keep the lights on for me. Thank you.